Now, this is a juicy story that I'm so excited to share with you guys. Okay. Yes, I am. Because I'm going to gloat for 2.2 seconds. Biden supporter Stephen Curry moves to block low income housing near his $30 million mansion. Okay. Yes. Why am I gloating? Because NBA superstar Stephen Curry, who publicly endorsed Joe Biden for president in 2020, is opposing a low income housing development near his $30 million mansion, according to local news reports. Why that's juicy to me? These are the same people who said we got to get rid of mean tweets and racism, but didn't look at policies. They did not look at policies. And now these policies are coming back to bite them in the behind. What policies? Okay, equity. Okay, equity means that we all end up in the same place. That didn't mean that they were going to get, some sort of protection from that policy. No, this started in the Obama administration. Obama said that in order for states or certain cities, for them to receive federal funding, they had to start putting more like apartments or low income houses in like suburban areas because, mailboxes and grass is racist, right? Because this the ideology. But what it is the Marxism that, we talk about on this channel. So anyway, um, and when he said that, so that was happening, but then Trump had came back and he was like, no, we don't want the riffraff. He was saying like no Section 8 basically in suburban areas. And he said, we don't want the riffraff. We're keeping the riffraff out. And black people, because I personally talked to a black person who was like, oh, we know he was talking about, I was like, what is the racist thing that this is when I was starting to, wake up. And I was like, well, what's the racist thing that he said that's got everybody so mad? And they were like, oh, well, he said he didn't want the riffraff in the suburban areas. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, he didn't want Section 8. I was like, so why is that? Mind you, and I was talking to a professional too by the time, like she was like a six-figure professional. And I was like, what riffraff? What do you I was like, what about that is racist? And she was like, we know he was talking about us. No, I don't look at myself as riffraff. Okay. And I say the same thing to people who bought their houses. It's different. When you own property, you take care of it a certain way. I'm not mad at him for being mad about this, but I'm mad at him for all that social justice crap that they talk and telling people to vote a certain way because it feels good. Okay. You weren't smart enough to pay attention to these policies. And then they put the whole we hesitate to add to the not in our backyard rhetoric, but we wanted to send a note before today's meeting. Safety and privacy for us and our kids continue to be our top priority. And one of the biggest reasons we chose Atherton as home, they wrote in a letter, and it's one of the reasons why they chose Atherton as home. All right. He's the fifth highest paid athlete. Like, I really don't care. The Curry family has also petitioned local government to build fencing or shrubbery around their homes to protect from watchful eyes. They're not building low income homes. All right, so here we go. We got to be careful with the titles, right? The homes are like, they're not low income, but they're trying to build these townhouses. So if you build the townhouses are, but they won't be for millionaires, okay? They'll still be for lower income than a Stephen Curry, who lives like his house is like these houses are far apart from each other. And these acres, like this is just a bunch of space. I don't know what NIMBYs are. Y'all had somebody put in the comments below, like what's NIMBYs. The town, in its bid to meet California's mandated housing standards, which in theory at least has to at least mandate the local governments adequately plan to meet housing needs for everyone in the community, has proposed allowing a developer to build 16 townhouses on a 1.5 acre piece of land. And that piece of land only has one house sitting on it. While the modest proposal is far from high density, permanently affordable housing, California needs to help remedy its housing shortage and homelessness crisis. It's nonetheless a step in the right direction. So, yeah, so it's like, in a place like Atherton, the wealthiest zip code in the US, a suburb so anti public it doesn't even have sidewalks, can upzone land and as the state races to make progress on its housing goals than anywhere can. So you hear that? So do you hear that? But this lady who's writing this is her. She's saying it's more palatable to talk about children's privacy than whining about home values, which would likely not, massively decrease. It's especially more palatable than trotting out lightly coded concerns about quality of life, but it's all the same argument. Family, like property, or maybe property, like family, is considered a private matter, one that compels owners to act a certain way to protect it, even and especially when that protection rests on the explicit deprivation of others. Do you hear that? And he deserves all of that. He deserves all of that criticism, right? Because these people will act like they're so good, right? We voted for Biden, and again, this falls on Biden administration because they're all about the equity. Remember, Kamala Harris said we all got to end up at the same place. Like, this is why you're going to see more and more apartments in suburbs. They are all about this. This is all about. This is also an inflation reduction. This is what they're doing. Okay, so it's funny, and now they're being criticized for what she says. And what she says there is not anything really to criticize. Yes, it's my home. This is my home. I paid for this. And I want things to be a certain way. I didn't buy this. I wanted to be away from a bunch of people. I had enough money, right? And I bought this for privacy and to take care of it a certain way. And I didn't have to worry about a bunch of people around because I chose to live that way. And that's my right. And yes, I have a family that I have to protect. And yeah, at the deprivation of it, my family comes first, right? That's how you stand up, right? But that's not how they're standing up. And again, these are the same people, social justice warriors and all that stuff. But now your decision has come back to bite you in the behind. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. People, pay attention to policies before you vote. Don't vote about what feels good. And now here you are. Here you are. What this country went through in 2020, the coup that was done, all of this racist talk. I even almost hate the word racism at this point. White supremacy, all of that. And it's disgusting. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because we're making decisions based on ideology that are doing nothing but destroying what you know. Okay. And now, Stephen Curry, you find that you're not protected from it. You're not invincible. It has come to find you too. Okay. You guys keep it locked right here for more inconvenient truth. Bye.